to Johnny Cash last night. He was looking good, very much alive. We were talking about radio, media in general, rock and roll, politics. It's hard to talk to somebody seriously who hasn't been here for a while about politics here. I asked him, what was it like walking with legends at Sun Studios in Memphis, Tennessee? He laughed and he said, we weren't legends then. Just a bunch of hillbillies trying to make a living without working. I realize we've lost Johnny Cash and we've lost a lot of rock and roll stars and a lot of singers and songwriters and musicians. There are always new ones come along and take their place, but who's going to do the other things that Johnny Cash did? Who's going to stand up for the ones who can't stand up for themselves? Who's going to represent soldiers that come home from an unpopular war? Who's going to speak for the prisoners who don't get a voice of their own? I'm afraid we're not going to have many Johnny Cashes coming down the pipe. I looked over and I saw a tear in his eye. I played these songs in a key, it wasn't too demanding. I never wanted to be the king of rock and roll. Didn't want to be the last one standing. Now as the list grows shorter, I find myself thinking a lot these days about Jerry Lee Lewis. People make funny, trendy jokes about Keith Richards. Big deal. And Jerry Lee Lewis. You get in a fight here and there, brag about taking a few drugs. Jerry Lee Lewis. Two of his marriages ended with homicide investigations. I think that says something. I'm not claiming that's rock and roll, but that is Jerry Lee Lewis. After spending 6 months at his ranch in Mississippi, the IRS packed up and said, "That's all right, Mr. Lewis." I guess he was not going to release his tax transcripts to us anyway. I don't know. He shot one road manager, stabbed one reporter, and they call him the Killer. We think it's a funny nickname. Like I said, though, the list grows shorter. I understand that Little Richard's in bad health right now. So we're kind of down to Chuck Berry and Fats Domino, Little Richard, and the Killer, I think. The original bad boy of rock and roll. You know why Jerry Lee Lewis was never drafted? Remember, Elvis went away at the end of 1956, and he was gone for 2 years. When you're waiting for the 6:30 news to come on and those stupid ads come on with people sitting in the bathtubs and they tell you, if you have an erection that lasts for 4 hours, Jesus, God, do something, call your doctor. I don't know about nowadays, modern history, but Jerry Lee Lewis had one that lasted for 40, 50 years. And somewhere our government made the decision that it didn't look good in an army uniform, I guess. Kept him out of the goddamn army. I left for England a crown prince. Came back to Memphis with a hard landing. I should have been the king of rock and roll. I don't want to be the last one standing. We lost Elvis Presley and Bo Diddley, Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens at 19 years old, George Harrison. They took John Lennon from us, Larry Williams, Chuck Willis. Thank God we're still blessed with Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard and Chuck Berry, Fats Domino. Play these songs in a key that's not too demanding. I shook the hand of the king of rock and roll. I don't want to be the last one standing. Very much.